Today is a Musungu day. Got various people with me from different parts of the country. Just happened to work out that we're all in this together. And, I thought you might want to see what we're doing here. So we are, remember these ponds have been drained and sold all their fish. These two ponds had fish remaining, but we've been selling them like hot potatoes. Is that a thing? Anyway, we've been selling them very quickly. And now we're coming up to the end of the amount of fish we've got, and so you can see here where this pond we've reduced the water quite considerably, but we're really struggling to get the volumes of fish that we expect. So we've had a couple of fairly major challenges, I would say, just with, you know, first time business, training new staff, not having staff in place, not having everything we need at any one time. And so these fish have stayed here a long time, longer than they should have done. Part of it is, you know, our marketing strategy wasn't set up as it should have been. We now fixed that, and so we are selling at the volumes we need, but the fish have stayed a long time. And so actually what we found is that the numbers that we stocked compared to the numbers we've sold aren't adding up. So we've lost a lot of fish from here. You see the nests. I don't know why that is. I wonder if predation, because we didn't have these nets for quite, you know, at the beginning of the project. So maybe when the fingerlings were in here, the birds had got used to it, they came in, they would take a lot of fish. Maybe there was a problem with the pipe like we had last time, but I think it's a bit of an issue. But trying to look on the positive. Of course, losing fish stock isn't great, but at least we're selling fish, and more excitingly, I think, we're now almost ready to stock we have these fingerlings that we've been producing. They're about 2 weeks in now, so in about 3-4 weeks time we should be ready to stock these fish into our ponds, and then we can see how they grow. We can start again, and it's always, you know, a few failures at the beginning and then you can start again, right? That's what we like about life. So we're at Pond Dylan here. You can see this is where we've put our males and our females, and we're just waiting to see if we have any fry. Just have a look. I don't think we'll see anything. It's been about 2 weeks. Normally you'd wait for about 3 weeks before you see the swim up fry. So what you'll do is remember the eggs start off in the female's mouth. She holds onto them. Then when they're hatched, she'll take them into her mouth and keep them safe. And when they get too big for that, they then come up. They're called swim up fry, because they're swimming up to the top layers of the pond, because that's where most of the food is, all the green stuff, because that's where the sun comes down, and you know, plant growth is strongest at that point. So then after about 3 weeks, that's when you can start to see them. They're tiny, so they're hard to see, but they sort of shoal together, so they'll move together. I can't see anything. Tadpoles, which we don't want. You can see the tadpole in the shop. Tadpole there. So yeah, that's so we're up to. So hopefully in about a week's time we'll have our own fish that we can move, and then we can start the business of stocking our own pond, which I'm excited about. All right. Just done my tour with everybody behind me. Becky waving. It's fun. It's always fun to show people. We're off to lunch now, and then we'll go and show them the BSF site. But I think farm's going alright. We've run out of fish sooner than I thought we would, but I think, like I said, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Possibly predation, but I'm not sure. I almost don't care, because we're so desperate to sell those fish and to get them out of the pond and start with our own. It's almost a relief. So yeah, let's see. Let's go for lunch. That's the end of the tour. Everyone's heading off. We've bagged up some frass, just looking. It's a shame you can't smell it, but it basically smells like really good earth, which is what it is really. Got our maggots in the bays, but maybe it's a good thing you can't smell, because the smell is a bit stronger today because we've got some household waste. And then in here, we've found that we're struggling slightly with just the hatching. So we've got some. Show you what I'll do. You've seen this before. They do hatch, but they're taking longer. And I think what's happening is I was reading about it today, and if the temperature is low, it will take longer to hatch. And I suspect that's what's happening. So we're going to have a thermometer on this overnight, and then we're not giving us the minimum and the maximum, but it's at 24 now. And it dropped from 30 when it first came in. So I suspect the temperature is the issue, and overnight. So I'm thinking it's taking about 9 days to hatch. And then what happens is, this is some of the older stuff that's all done now, but this substrate, I think in that time dries out. When it dries out, it forms a hard crust often, and so then the larvae hatch maybe can't get into the stuff they need because it's been, 8 days. So work in progress. We are getting this. This one's got our larvae in it, so we are getting hatching success, but it's just taking a wee bit longer. And I think the main point, it's fine. We're working it out, and we have got success. And I'm not concerned about us. I'm concerned about other farmers. Like if we give this to other farmers, can they do it? So we might start doing is actually just giving them the little larvae. I think that might be a better solution for us. So anyway, let's go back into town, do a few errands, and then I'm off home. Thanks for joining us, and see you next week.